Today's video is brought to you by the letter B. B for bright, bold butterflies, birds, blooms, and most importantly, boho, as in how boho can you go? Welcome back to my channel, Night Owl Collage. I'm Amber, and I have a very special video for you today. I'm taking part in a collaboration hosted by RachandBella Crafts. Follow the hashtag HowBohoCanyougo for daily posts and videos by these talented artists and creators. I'm really excited about this one. I really haven't done much boho stuff, but I really love vibrant colors and patterns and textures. This is the lineup of amazing artists. I'm kind of just like intimidated by the talent here. But if you want to take a screenshot of the lineup, feel free to do that. So if you don't know what boho is, go take a look at Rach's intro video at RachandBella Crafts. So I want to show you what kit we're working with, or kits, because we're working with multiple kits, and they are absolutely beautiful. So the main kit we're working with is Bohemian Girl, which is really beautiful. I've used a lot of the papers in creating signatures already, so I'll show you some of those. So we've got this beautiful image with the elephant here and butterflies I printed on the back. We've got birds and butterflies, Bohemian beauties. This is from another kit, the Bohemian Backgrounds kit. This is the Bohemian Backgrounds kit. So it's got a lot of good papers for backing your ephemera. And most of them are light enough that you can journal on them. So these are really great papers. I love those. And it's also got journal pages in the Bohemian Girl kit. More journal pages, background pages. Look at that. This is an image I'll be working with today. Beautiful pages. This is another image I'll be working with today. And this is such a gorgeous page. I love this page. It's going to be a center page for me. It's another background page. A journal page. I love this one with the oranges and pinks. I just wish there were more of them because I love orange. It's my favorite color. And so you've seen the Bohemian Girl and the Bohemian Backgrounds. There's also a Bohemian Girl ephemera kit. So you've got words and phrases. You've got journal cards. This one's gorgeous. We've got elephants, fussy cuts of butterflies. We've got envelopes, large envelopes, smaller envelopes. We've got these beautiful tags. There's another tag set that has butterflies on it. I've just used that already. Small envelopes, fussy cuts of butterflies, and small journal card size journal pages. We've got banners or flags, and we've got circles. Lots of ephemera, a lot to work with. You're really getting your money's worth with this one. It's really beautiful. You get a lot of value for it. Those are 3 kits. Oh, we've got 5 kits, don't we? Okay, so next one is, I think it's butterflies and beauties. And these are fussy cuts of butterflies and journal cards. So we've got 2 sizes of journal cards. We've got this size and we've got the larger size. And I've already backed these with the Bohemian Backgrounds. So so they're ready to go when I need them. Got those, and then the last set is Bohemian Rhapsody, which has been around for a little bit, I think, and this has more greens and golds and reds in it than the other kit. So this is a really beautiful kit as well if you like this color palette. So go grab those kits and let's get started on our project for today. Also, I'll put a link to all of these channels in the description box. When you go and watch them, make sure you comment or like or subscribe to the videos or the channels. The support is really appreciated, and I just want to thank you for watching and being here with me today. So let's get started. So we're going to be making a folio with an art journal inside. So let me show you the inside here. I absolutely loved this image for the front. It's made out of a file folder, so we've got a bookmark flap here, pocket here. This is the art journal. And then we've got a pocket here, a pen holder, and a pocket back here. So I haven't done all the decorating I want to on this one yet. It was my kind of my prototype, but we're going to do lots of decorating on the one we're making today. So what we need is we're going to need a file folder. Now I did take measurements of all the pieces that we need to cut, but I realized when I was doing it, because I did it a couple times, that file folders are all different sizes. So I will give you the measurements of mine, and if your measurements are the same, great, but I will also help you with the measurements if you don't have the same as I do, because I did a manila folder too, and it was a different size. So we're just going to go for it and work with what we have. So what we're going to start off doing is we're going to make the measurements 6 inches to either side. So this middle part, the center part, has to be 12 inches across. So this is the middle of your folio, and so you have 6 inches on either side. So we're going to measure out 6 inches on either side, and we're going to make a score line there. Let me grab my scoreboard. And I'm going to grab this tool. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the center of the folder to the edge, and then I'm going to go 6 inches and make a score line there. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so those are our first score lines. The next score line we're going to make is for the height of the journal. So my pages, I have US standard, so my pages are 8.5 tall this way if it's landscape size. So whatever your pages, add that plus a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to make my score line at 8 3/4. And you want the narrower side to be on the left hand side. So this is going to be the bottom here. So I'm going to make this. Actually, go this way. Okay. And I'm going to score it at 8 3/4. 8 3/4. I'll just move this along. Okay, that's our next score line. We're going to make a score line on this side, on the right hand side at the top. We're going to make a score line at 1/2 inch. Actually, before I do that score line, I'm going to cut off, we want to cut off these excess pieces right here so that we have a straight edge here and here. Now I'm going to make my score line. And it's going to be on this side. And we're just going up to this score line. So I'm going to make one at 1/2 inch. I want this section to be 5 5/8 here. So I'm going to do it this way. I know it's kind of funky doing it this way, but I'm going to line up that score line with the 0 and go up to 5 5/8. I mean, you can do this any way you want, but you could just measure it and do a pencil line, but this is just easier for me. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 score lines. Got it? Good. Okay. So now we are going to cut off these 2 corners here. Okay, the next thing is we're going to cut little pie pieces out here so that we can have a separated pocket here. So there's a score line right here. I'm going to measure out 1/4 inch from that score line and just make a little mark. And then come up from the center score line down to your mark. Just draw a line, and that's where we're going to cut. Oh, I hear the birds outside today. Okay. And the last thing there's 2 more things to cut. So we're going to cut off this piece right here. The reason I cut off this piece is because you have your pen top, and I don't want it coming above this edge of the book here. I want it underneath or in line with it. So if your pen top is rather large, you might want to make this deeper if it bothers you. Don't worry about it if it doesn't bother you, but it bothers me. Okay, we got that piece off, and then we're just going to cut on this line, just up to that score line. Okay, so now we're going to make our folds. So we're going to fold, let's start on the left side. So we're going to fold this to the inside. Get my bone folder. Make sure it's really lined up nicely here. Okay. And then we're going to open that up and we're going to fold up the pockets to the inside. Make sure that folds in properly. I might have to cut a little bit right there just to make sure it folds right. Fold this side in. Okay, we're not going to worry about folding this right now. We're going to come back to that. I'm going to flip it over and we're going to fold this piece to the back. Okay, next thing is I'm going to round a few corners. So this bookmark flap, we're going to round those corners. And we're gonna, this back flap, we're gonna round that corner. That's all I'm gonna round for now. Okay, on the back, we're going to put a small strip of Tyvek here just to give it more stability for the pen holder. If you don't have any Tyvek, just put some washi tape there or anything. It's going to be covered up, so don't worry about what it looks like. Okay, and my piece of Tyvek is about 3/4 of an inch wide and it is 2.5 inches tall. And I'm going to glue it right over the score line here. So center it right over that. Glue is discolored because I accidentally stuck a pin that was not stainless steel in there. Oops. Gotta find a stainless steel pin for that. Okay. So this is our base, and now we're gonna be covering it. We're gonna start with the outside. And I'm gonna start on the right hand side and move my way over, and then we'll flip it over. So this is gonna be my cover. And just do the measurement of your front minus 1/4 inch on either side. So my cover is 6 inches by 8 3/4. So this is going to be 5 3/4 by 8 1/2. Hopefully you got all that, but just make it the size minus 1/4 inch on either side. So I think I'm going to use, I'm going to use my Peacock Feathers ink to ink this. I love these Bohemian papers. I love the eyes. Aren't they beautiful? And all the floral images. It's just beautiful. I love it. Actually, let me get Tombow Mono liquid glue. Use some scrap paper for glue. So I'm using Tombow Mono liquid glue. Is it Aqua Mono? I don't know, whatever. Put my Bohemian Girl on here. Make sure it's lined up nicely. Where's my bone folder? Okay. Actually, I didn't do that side. Let me do that side. Let's see which one I want. I cut 2 of these. So So I think I want to use the rose, and I'm going to round the right side, top and bottom. I'm going to try, this is kind of a long project, so I'm going to try to speed through the glue and the cutting so that you won't have to watch all that. You can just get to the good stuff. Okay, the back piece, so this is the front. The back is slightly different. So this is going to be, we're going to only make it an 1/8 of an inch less on the width. It'll still be a 1/4 inch less on the length, but only an 1/8 because we want to bring this to the score line so that we cover up the tie back. So it's just going to have an 1/8 of an inch border on the right side. So the rest will be the same. Okay, I'm going to push this all the way over to the score line. Oh, sorry, I just bumped my camera. Excuse me there. All right, we don't need to cover this side because it's going to be a pocket and we're not going to see that. So this side, we're going to have a piece that is 2.5 inches, well, depending on your folder that you're using. Mine is 2.5 inches tall and 2.5 inches wide, but I'm gonna make it slightly longer to overlap this piece here because I don't want that white showing through. So I'm gonna make it about 2 5/8. Make sure this fits here. Okay, I'm gonna glue that on. And I'm gonna come right up to the edge on this one. I'm not gonna leave a border. Okay. Okay, so this side is covered. We're gonna be doing decorating later. I'm gonna flip it over to this side. And I'm going to place this one here. I'm going to round this corner, the right, top right. And if you don't like the borders, you can always make the folio a little smaller and just cut your paper right up to the edges. It's your choice. Okay, we don't need to cover this square because it's going to be folded in for our pin loop. We're going to cover the insides here. Got these two papers. Now we're going to cover the pockets. So I think I want these flowers on this side and this on this side. So it looks like I have to, this is the same size, so I have to cut down 1/4 inch here. I'm gonna glue these on. You know what I should have done? I should have kept that the same size and then cut it at an angle like I did in this one. Oops. Well, it doesn't have to be perfect, does it? So it's going to be like this instead. I can put some trim there or something, or some kind of decoration to fix that. But we're just gonna roll with it. Embrace imperfection, right? I mean, we're working with junk. And digis, but you know, who's really keeping score? Okay. So I know there are a few ways to do junk journals. Some people prefer to use, do true junk journals that are just made from junk, literally, and no digitals. Some people like to just use the digitals, and some people do a combination of both. What's your preference? I like to do all of them. I do a little bit of everything. All right, one more thing to cover. Okay, here we go. We're gonna cover this side here. I think this way. Which way do I want it? I think I like it this way. Okay, this time we're gonna round on the left top and bottom. Okay, everything is covered. Got our front and our back, and we're gonna glue down the pockets, and then we're gonna let everything dry for a little bit. So I'm gonna come to this back pocket, use my art glitter glue this time, because that really holds well. Glue down these pockets on the sides. Make sure you're just gluing on one side, the outer side of the pocket, because it's more like a tuck spot. This flips in, and then, okay, so with the pin holder, find a really fancy pen you like. I like this blue sparkly gel pen, and what we're gonna do, I'm gonna stick this on here, and we're gonna roll it in, we're gonna glue it, and we wanna make sure that we don't just glue it like that, but we wanna roll it completely in, if you see what I'm saying. So if I just glue it like that, it's gonna be kind of loose and it's not gonna look very good. So what we wanna do, you can see, is when we glue that down, we're gonna roll it in a little bit more so that comes down to the edge when we glue it. So it's gonna be kind of tucked in more, and it'll be nice and snug. So I'm gonna make that crease right there, and that's where I'm gonna put my glue. want to put it right on that crease and around. So I'm making sure that that crease that I made goes to the edge of the folder. Just kind of round out your pen holder there. So that should fit in there nice and snug now. Like that. I'm gonna let that dry. And then we'll come back and we will do some decorating and the art journal part of our folio. Okay, our folio cover is dry. So this is all set and ready to go. Oh, I love this, how this turned out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the journal to go inside. So I have picked this cover to be, this page to be my journal cover, and I backed it with one of the pages from the Bohemian Girl kit. So I'm just going to fold that in half. And I picked this one because I just really like this flower here. So I wanted that to be on the front of my journal. So this is gonna go fit right in here. And what we're gonna fill it with, now you can fill your journal, your art journal, with anything you want. You can fill it with junk pages, book pages, you can fill it with the Bohemian Girl pages, you can fill it with sketch paper. But what I'm going to show you is how to use an old magazine to create an art journal. So I made another one. This is the first one I made, this journal here. And inside I used a magazine to act as an art journal in here. And on this page, I just covered it in different papers and paint and stamps and all kinds of different things to create a page, a title page for myself. So what we're going to do, you can either cover the whole page or you can take an image that you like and keep that image and cover up this area to make something beautiful. So we're going to cut this down to the size that we want. I'm going to cut this down. This is 8.5, so I'm going to cut it down to 8.25 by 5.25. I really like this image on the back, so I want to preserve that. So I'm going to cut a little off the top first and then some on the bottom. And save these because I'm going to show you something cool we can do with them in another video. And I'm not going to toss these. I'm going to use these for gluing on top of. Okay, here is our art journal. Got my nice hummingbird right on the front. Got my hummingbird on the back. Love it. We're going to add this into the journal. And we're going to bind it in here, but first I want to add pockets to the inside of my journal. Now in the other journal, let me show you what I did with this journal. So I didn't like the cover of this journal or this magazine. So I actually tucked it in underneath the pocket and glued it down so it became part of the cover. When I did that with the back is because I didn't like the back of the magazine as well. So that became part of the cover. So that is an option for you to do as well. But since I really do like the front and back and covers of this one, I'm just going to leave them like this and add pockets. So to make the pockets, I want 3-inch deep pockets. So I picked this page with the butterflies. I really love the butterflies. I don't know if I want to use, yeah, I think, I want to use the butterflies at the top. So I'm going to cut this off at 3 inches. Actually, I really don't want to cut off that butterfly. So I'm going to cut down here. And then I'm going to do it this way to make it 3 inches. There we go. And I printed this on cardstock. Both the journal cover and the pockets are printed on cardstock. So this is the same length as this. So then we need to cut this in half. That'll be at 5.5 inches for my size paper. So these pockets are going to go here. I'm going to cut about 1/4 of an inch off each one on the inside, so there is room. Okay, so that gives a little bit of room there. And then I'm going to round this corner. The inside corner of the pocket. I'm going to round that. And then I'm going to stitch. You don't have to do this part, but I'm going to stitch around here on both sides. And then I'm going to clip these on here and stitch all the way around. Now, if you don't have a sewing machine, you don't want to sew, you don't like the stitching, you can just glue that in. So I'm going to go do that and be right back. All right, I've sewn all around it. We've got our pockets here. And we are going to bind this in now. So we're going to bind it all in together. So we're not going to bind this first and then have it in here. We're going to bind it all together in one shot. But we are going to make one small adjustment to the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. We're going to do kind of a 4-hole pamphlet stitch. And I'll tell you the reason for that in a moment. So we're going to line everything up. Make sure everything is exactly where you want it. And I'm going to clip. I have my clips here somewhere. There they are. I'm going to clip this where I want it. Make sure you're right in the middle of your magazine where the staples are. And if you want to remove those staples, feel free to do that. I just decided to leave them in because it was easier not to have to fiddle with that. Okay. I'm going to make some marks where I want my holes to be. So this is 8 1/4, so it'll be 4 1/8 is the middle. We're gonna do 1/2 inch from the bottom. There. Then we're also going to do a 1/4 inch from the top there. So we'll have 2 holes up at the top. So we have one at a 1/4 inch and one at a 1/2 inch. We have one in the center and one at a 1/2 inch. So let me grab my pokey tool, make those holes. This is where you want to pick your closure beforehand, because I'm going to sew my closure in right now. So I got this gold lace ribbon, and I'm going to use that as my closure so that I can wrap it around a couple times, and I'm going to actually sew it in the center as I bind it. Now if you don't want to sew it in, you could always tuck it in underneath the thread here, and so that it's removable. I've got this color, this light brown goldish color. So I'm going to do 3 times. Actually, I'm going to do 3 1/2 times this size, because I want some extra length to put beads on if I happen to want to do that. All right, so we're going to go through the center. And we're also going to put on the ribbon closure. I'm going to find the center of my ribbon. Okay, that's my center, this rose. So I'm going to put it right on top here. I'm going to pull this through. And I'm going to leave a nice long tail in case I want to put beads on there. Now I'm going to come up to the second hole. Remember, we have 2 holes here. I'm going to go to the second hole, go out through the top hole. We're going to go back into the second hole. We're going to go all the way down to the bottom hole. And then we're going to go back into the center hole and through the ribbon. Making sure I don't split my thread. And I want it to be on the other side of that center thread. So this one's coming off this side. I want this one on the other side. Okay. So now I have these lengths of thread to put beads on if I so wish. And we want to make sure that this is nice and tight. So I'm going to tighten this up. this off. Make sure this is tight. Okay. So now I'm going to do right over left, left over right. Okay. So why this loop here? The reason I wanted to put a loop here is so that we can put a tassel there through that loop. We put a little jump ring in there and be able to put a tassel. So I just wanted to be able to do that. Now the next thing to do is to decorate. So we're going to decorate this front cover, maybe the back. We're going to tuck some things in this pocket, and maybe we will do something inside here. We'll see. But let me see what I can find to decorate with. So I was planning out how I want to decorate this, and I realized that I want to add some more flippity flaps to this because I think that makes it more of a folio. So what I did was I printed these journal pages to the size that I need. So I didn't want to use a whole other piece of file folder, so I just used the scraps. Like ideally I would have liked this to be a little wider, a little bigger, but this is the scrap that I had. So what I'm gonna do is, so I just had this offcut from what we did. So I'm going to, there's just like, I think it's 1/2 inch flip there, and I'm going to glue that there. This is going to be on the inside. I'm going to glue that down. This is going to be on the top. And then I'm going to have a little tuck spot right here, and I think I'm going to leave it blue. And then what I did with these, this is what I cut the journal pages to. So I cut it a little shorter than this offcut that I had, and I cut it so that it fits underneath and you can't see it. So each of these, I got 2 of these strips out of 1 journal page. So I'll show you what this is like. Let me take this apart. So it's basically, I have these strips. Okay, so I have 4 strips because that's from 2 journal pages. So I want this to be on the outside because it matches the top. And then I'm going to put, which way did I have it? Okay, I think I had it this way, like this. Okay, so we take their opposite ends, put one on top of the other. Then I'm going to put, I think, this one here on this side. No, I want to do this one. This one on top, and then this one on top. Okay, got that? So, like this. Put this one on top, then this side, then this side, and then we close it up like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew right down here to, I mean, not on the fold because that's not going to hold that. So like a zigzag right here and a zigzag here so that it'll be one little booklet. So it'll go like this. And then that will fit underneath here. I'm going to glue that down right there. So it is a little spot because my Bohemian girl likes to write poetry, and so she's inspired when she goes out and takes her art journal. And so we're going to put that there, and then I'm going to do another one on this side and this one's going to be artistic. So I'm gonna go sew those, and we'll construct it together, and I'll be right back. Y'all, I just took this over to a sewing machine, and I realized how to get more journaling space than I originally planned, plus a pocket. Okay, so now I've got all these flaps, okay, plus a pocket right here. How awesome is that? It's like this little secret pocket. You always need a secret pocket. So let me show you how to do that. Okay, so on this one, what you're going to do is you're going to take two of these strips, and you're going to sew a straight stitch down the fold. Okay, straight stitch down the fold, and then you slide them in between each other like this. Okay, and then you open that up. This will be sewed, and then you're going to sew a zigzag stitch on either side, making sure you don't go across that fold, because then it won't open. This part won't open. And so you go a zigzag stitch down this way and this way. I'll show you on that one, this one. So these two, there's my straight stitch that I had on either side. And then in the middle, I have the zigzag stitch inside the fold, and on the bottom, we got a pocket. So super cool. I'm so excited. That, like, I love when things work out like that. Okay, let me do the other one. And for those of you who don't sew or don't like to sew, you can always glue wherever I sewed, wherever I stitched. So no problem there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and glue all this down, and we'll fast forward it so you don't have to watch me do all that. Well, you will watch, it'll just be sped up. Anyway. Okay. I'm debating, maybe because it looks like it's blank there. I just maybe should put some trim there or something. Because I'm going to use this on the cover, so I can probably use it. Oh, yes. Love it. Definitely. Absolutely. Oh, so perfect. Love it. Make the same size for the other one. Oh, I am just loving Bohemian right now. This is amazing. Oh, that's so pretty too. Look at that. Oh, which way should I do it? I like the purple. Okay, I'm going with purple. I just love bright, bold colors. And why haven't I ever done this before? That's the real question. Isn't it? Like, why? Because, I mean, this is what I love. Color, texture, pattern. Ugh. I have been missing out. All right, let's do the other side. So pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. This is going to be the most beautiful folio art journal thing ever, and you're so lucky to be here with me. I hope you all like enjoy making this. Oh, isn't that beautiful? So beautiful. I love it. Okay. Now I am going to, okay, I've got a plan for decorating. So I'm gonna do this first. And where did I put my pieces? Okay. So what I'm gonna do, let me find the front. This is gonna go on the front. Oh, isn't that beautiful? But this is gonna hang down here. And then I'm going to take, so this is a jelly print that I did. I was following Bella from Bella's Crafty Studio, her boho collab video. So I was doing jelly printing with that, and I had this left over. It was so pretty. So I thought that was perfect. And then I'm going to use, this is another piece. My printer wanted to eat the paper and not print it. So I had to tear pieces out that were usable and pretty. So that's gonna go up there. And then I needed a centerpiece. So, okay. What I did with this, check this out. Isn't that pretty? This is, I think it's a peony, a type of peony, and that grows in my yard. Nobody can tell me what it is. So if you know, please let me know. So this is my own photography, and I resized it, cut it out, and then outlined the leaves with a gold pen. I used Uniball Signo gold. And so that gives just makes it pop. And then I like that these two leaves are open, so it's like her eye is peeking out there. So that is the plan for this cover. Oh, how beautiful is that? I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, now for the front. Okay, here we go. I'm not done embellishing this because it's boho and I need more. So I'm going to, you know, one day I'll make a simple journal, but today is not the day. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do some more embellishing on the inside, and I will show you what it looks like because I don't want you to be here all day. So I'll come back and show you what it looks like at the end. I'm so excited to show you how this turned out. But first, just a reminder to go check out these channels. Everybody is going to have amazing projects. These are all amazing creators. Go subscribe, like, comment, all that. Are you ready for the reveal? Because I'm so excited. Okay, ready? How beautiful is this? I love it so much. Okay, so I added I was gonna add this tassel here, but I felt this ring was too big for this loop. I tightened it a little bit too much. So I added this beautiful dream catcher that I found at a thrift store. Added a little butterfly charm there. You can see this trim coming out at the bottom here. We got our beautiful Bohemian girl on the front with the feathers. I love the feathers. So beautiful. I added beads here at the bottom. Okay, so I added butterflies to the bookmark tab. I added a poetry word. We've got a little piece of ephemera there. I added in our little secret pocket, got some more paper in there. So exciting. I love secret pockets. And then we've got 2 journal cards here. Got this one and this one. I've added some trim, some of that leftover trim with a brad. And then I added this word here. And then inside here, I did this journal card with a little butterfly wing. I cut this lady out of the Butterflies and Beauties kit. One of those journal cards. I cut her out and put her back to her, put a book page back there. And added some washi tape around the back. And then I added this tag, little butterfly wings. And then back here, I've got a little piece of ephemera in that little tuck spot. Same thing, I added another piece of paper in that secret pocket. And then I made these journal cards and added the word wisdom down here. I decided to leave these little threads hanging on a couple of these because I thought they just looked cute. And right in the middle of the art journal, I have the bead dangles right there. And then on the back, let's see, I added, well, I have, because my Bohemian girl loves to pick flowers, so she's gathered some flowers, which are also journal cards. And then I am a birder. I love birds. So my favorite backyard bird is a cedar waxwing. But I know there is a Bohemian waxwing, which this guy is. And he's kind of fancy. So he goes in my journal. So let's make sure we've got all the bees for our video, our Bohemian, our boho video. So we've got, what did we say? Bold and bright, which is definitely this, bold and bright. We've got butterflies. We've got birds with the feathers and my Bohemian waxwing and the art journal. And we've got blooms because we've got the flowers and the flower journal cards. So we did it all. Boom, we did it. Bohemian. How boho can you go? Very. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you try it out and let me know if you make one of your own. And I'm so glad to be part of this collaboration, part of this junk journal community. Thank you for taking the time to watch my tutorial and to spend some time with me. Please come back again soon. I'll have more tutorials up for you, and please support the other collaborators. And a big thanks to Rach at RachandBella Crafts for inviting me and putting this all together. So thanks for watching, thanks for your support, and I will see you again soon. Have a great day.